What's up, Gary? Made the mistake and sandblasted these. Well, I needed to, but problem is I used the wrong media and I really scratched the heck out of them. Now I got a handstand on the polish them back. Oops. Decided I wasn't gonna paint them no more. I'm just gonna bring them back to a mirror polish. So that requires me to lose my fingernails. What's up, Ron? Hey, David. Ron Francis finally sent that wiring harness out. Mailed it yesterday. So that means we're going to be starting on that soon. This sand and aluminum stuff is dirty. How's everyone's cars going, man? Yeah, well, so I talked to him, and with that harness, they're supplying a lot of the switches and whatnot, stuff like that. So there were some items that was on back order, and they didn't want to ship out a partial unit. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, I get it. And they did say, what did they say? 6 to 8 weeks, and we're rounding just about 12. I painted them in the first place because I was kind of matching them to the engine. So hold on one second. It didn't look good, it really did, but I've kind of, like everything, I'm always changing my mind. So a little bit ago, they started out like this. This is after 24 hours in a Vibra-Mill. These were really just pitted hard from the sandblasting agent. That's the finished one. And after 24 hours in a Vibra-Mill, they turned out pretty nice. But definitely took time. Like I said, I messed up by using the wrong media. But hey, we live and we learn, right? I know my hands are not gonna forgive me real much. They're sore. You know what? I've seriously thought about that, but after the amount of time that I have been scrubbing on these things, I don't think I'm going to do it. Of course, I could change my mind in 10 minutes. We are getting, so, starting to lay some harnesses out. Now, one thing I did notice, and I didn't really plan this, one, I hid the injector harnesses really well. I mean, you can't even see the harnesses up there on the injectors. You can see the plug, that's about it. All of my wires on that car are on the back side of the engine. The only connection that runs anywhere near the front of the engine is the wire for the AC compressor and the wire for the alternator. Everything else is behind, which is really cool because now you're not gonna see any wiring. And the way I'm gonna run it into the car, you won't even see it ducking into the firewall. You know? I finally got my TPS sensor, which was another fight I've been having. Oh man, I am ready to hear it run. Fuel lines are here, fuel pumps here. All the electronics are finally here. I want to finish these last couple of things up with some minute stuff because I don't want to. I want my wiring harness here for the end for the body, so I can map it out because I'm not gonna just hook up computers and hook up wires just to hear it run. Got to get it done and get it done once. I don't feel like doing it again. I do know these things sound like the Banshees getting released from the gates of hell. Ain't nothing like the sound of an ITV setup, man. Nothing like it. Figured I'd sand one of these out. Figured I'd get one of these sanded out while I was sitting here talking. You know? I said right now I'm dry sanding them. Because I don't have no wet dry sandpaper that goes this heavy on the grit. But my next one, that'll be a lot heavier. You know what I mean? Had a bunch of videos that I did. Stupid memory card. I am done using GoPros. Done using GoPros. I'm gonna stick to my Sony camera. And I ain't ever veering off of it again. I've had GoPros eating more memory cards than anything. At $50 a pop, man. And then you lose all that video, everything that you did. Okay, so here's the story on this car. Uh, my cousin had one when I was in high school, and he put it up for sale. And his dad would not let me buy it because he said it needed too much work and all that other stuff. But you know, being 15 years old, I knew everything. Oh, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. He used to say if I'd have been able to buy that car, I'd have ruined it. So I have been chasing a '63 two-door sedan for 30 years. I have tried to buy like 15 of them. Let's just say 15. I actually lost count, but it's somewhere in that neighborhood. Every time I try to buy one, something falls through, something happens. Money's got to get diverted to the family, or I miss out on it by minutes, stuff like that. So that was that elusive thing that I was always searching for. This is where the name comes in. So this guy pops up. I had a '51 Ford sedan that I chopped 4.5 inches. Never finished it because that's kind of when we did my dad's '38 coupe, that red one. And then we did my brother's 240Z. Had my mom's Mustang done. You know, there was a lot of builds going on the late part of the 90s, early part of 2000. So, came up, my turn to get mine going. I started on it. I got the top chopped and all that other happy stuff. And I got burned out. So, that car got pushed to the back of the garage. I break it out every now and then, try to work on it. Could never just get back into it. And so it sat and sat and sat. I tried to justify keeping it because of the time I had in it. 20 years later, I put the car up for sale. This guy says, hey, you want to trade this car for it? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I got my car. Well, he comes up, looks at it, says, yeah, I'm good, you know, we can do this. And I said, okay, I'll load it up and I'll bring it down. This was the unobtainable thing that I always tried to get, okay? So, the thing I was always searching for, yada, yada, yada. I get ready to load, I'm loading up and this is where the whole Pandora thing starts. I load up the 51 onto a trailer, and as I'm loading it up onto the trailer, the winch cable breaks, and it's a tip back trailer. That car rolled off the trailer, center punched the garage, corner of the garage, moved the back end in a foot. That took this car off the table. Guy didn't want to trade it no more, which I don't blame him. He held on to it for a couple of months, and I was actually able to find somebody else to buy the car, kicked in a little bit of cash, bought the car. Actually, the guy called me up and said, hey, this guy down in eastern Ohio wants your car. You go down, get his car, bring me his Chevelle, which is a '71 with a tub rear end. It was actually a nice car. He said, and I'll trade you for this. So got it down there. Took all day to move cars around. Um, Bring the car home, start tearing it apart. Every time I grabbed a grinder, I threw it. More and more floors started disappearing. The body, the overall, the body was solid. There was a couple of patches Daryl had to do here and there, but overall it was pretty solid, except for the floors. The floors were completely shot. The frame was shot. It was a lot worse than I thought it was. So, I will say that this car, besides the floor, is 95% GM steel. So my quarter panels, I only got a couple little small patches in them. We didn't hang quarters on it. The fenders, I had decent fenders that required very little work. Uh, Daryl made a couple patches on that. The biggest challenge that we found out was the roof. When I found out that the roof was destroyed on the car and completely rotted out, absolutely worthless. I gotta get another piece of sandpaper. Hold on. 400 grit. We're going all the way to 2,000. Make her shine like chrome. Yeah, no, it really has come a long way. What's up, cars? This car is, and I tell you what, I spent like, I spent 3 years on it here. I got the suspension all done. I got the frame completely redone. This frame, you can eat off of it. You can actually still, because it's a boxed frame, not a C-channel frame that was welded together. So you can actually see the extrusion lines on the frame. It's so clean. And then, like I said, I hung the floors from firewall all the way to the back. That way, when Daryl got it, there really wasn't a whole lot of replacement panels that needed to be done. I gotten a lot of that done. A couple of the initial quarter panel patches I got in. Stuff like that. And then while Daryl, and then, like I said, I did the brake upgrades, suspension upgrades, all that other stuff. I did more of the mechanical stuff. My body skills are good, but they're not at the level that I wanted that done. That's why it went to Daryl. It mainly went to him because in the beginning, I had that roof that needed fixed. And with it being that structural, man, you can't just have anybody fix them, man. I mean, that's safety, big time safety. A lot of guys would just cut the roof off, butt welded all the joints around. Daryl actually peeled all the layers back and everything else and did it right. Of course, while I was there, about 15 minutes in, you done talked me into a full-on paint job and everything else. Yes, I'm polishing my goblet. I'm gonna gold stud it and call it my pimp cup. Call me the great white pimp of the north. Oh. How's that 57 coming, man? That guy never did get back to me on those parts I was trying to get for you, by the way. That's why I never really followed through with calling you, because it wasn't going to happen. Nobody keep to their word anymore. If I tell you something, you best believe I'm going to do it. Or if things are going to change, I'm going to at least call you. If you like the Tin Man. Yeah, well, business is always... Hey, that's what slowed me down, man. Business comes first. Gotta put the paycheck in the house. What's up, Fisher? We started out here. That was actually a lot worse. It spent 20, this is after 28 hours in a vibro mill. That's the one I've completed. You live in California. I don't want to see your mortgages. I see what they do for, one sec, guys. Don't go anywhere. That was the boss lady calling. Gotta answer those calls. I've seen the prices of an average house in California. No way, thank you. Your guys' storage sheds cost as much as the houses up here. Have that. Trying to get them little tight corners and cracks. Oh, I also got my throttle adapter for the engine too now. So I'm literally just about ready to button the engine up completely. That's why I said this wiring harness can't come with enough time. Usually when people say their neighborhood's different, I don't know how to take that. I mean, like, different good or he's kind of different type thing, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, my fingers hurting. All right, one sec, guys. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be the last one I do tonight. I'm almost out of 800 grit. Hold on. I had some 2000 here, but I can't find it. Hey, what's up, hon? My wife has joined the chat. Everyone say hello, Jessica. Yeah, I know. Remember the ice cream or else. Probably why she's on here. Yeah, now we gotta talk her into starting the channel. How's that? Oh. Yeah. I gotta think what I did with that 2000 grit. Gotta be somewhere close. You guys see Daryl tearing that Sprite apart? It could be a pretty wicked car when he's done with it. No, she's not on there tonight. See, I think Daryl might have a thing going on right now. I'm not 100% sure. He might have a premiere video or something going on tonight. If so, she's probably over there. Yeah, what's the temperature there, Cliff? In the 50s? 61 and you're... Dude, you realize it was 27 degrees when I got out of my truck when I got here? Yesterday it was 7 degrees. I know, that's why you live in California, not here. Freeze babies. What's up, Jonathan? Hey, shop's looking good, by the way. One place I've never been is Vegas. So, was that wedding this weekend, Jonathan, or what? Or is that next weekend? Ah. 70s all week. Honey, I think we're moving for the winter time. We're going to California for the winter. Well, we got to get out in the summer because I don't do heat. I do not do heat. I'll stay for the winter. Not staying for the summer. More grit and I can polish this bad boy and see how it turned out. I gotta find it first. Hey, if it's in the 50s right now, we do not have to pack much. C8 Domino, hello. Can't remember if I did the outside of this or not. So we're gonna do it again, just to make sure. Jonathan, take it easy. Thanks for popping in, man. I don't know, California's kind of far, kind of. I don't know. I can go to Tennessee. I love Tennessee. Keep me out of Georgia, because again, I said I don't do heat. I don't like it when it gets 90. Let's see if I can find that 2000 here. Hold on. I guess 100 is not that bad. Well, I didn't realize your property was that far away from you. So yeah, I mean it's a big thing when you go out there to work on your stuff. Give me 1 second. I found it. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that far, man. What's up, Daryl? Try to get this one knocked out. I'll be good for the night. That means I've only got 6 more to do. About 6 hours worth of work done. Seems like that's about what it's taken me. I just got a little drill polish here, so. So where are you from? We got snow on the ground and it ain't left yet. Me and Metal Art Custom, man, we got snow and it ain't been down. Huh. Can't answer it, Mom. Just call my mom and let her know that I can't talk. Please. Give her a call, let her know I can't talk, Mom. I wish you don't try to call again. Yeah, I think we're right about 4 inches, maybe. 6 inches, somewhere like that after it. Because it was like 35 degrees all day today here. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Problem is we don't have hot water in the shop, so no, it's really cold. Hey, northern Missouri gets you guys get a lot of that wind and everything else because you don't have no trees to stop it. Blizzard conditions and boy, you name it. Actually, got a buddy of mine that lives up in Fort Madison, Iowa, which is kind of right on the Missouri border there. Not many people go out and pick a roof up for a car for you and hold on to it for 4 months while you're trying to get out there to get it. Not many people will drive 12 hours for a roof for a car either. They just usually throw the car away. They don't believe in saving nothing no more. 1776, what's up? Oh, okay. That Port Madison area is not a bad area. I like it. It's nice. We went over and spent a little bit of time in a town called Nauvoo, which besides the Amish, the Amish area out this way, got a road called Nauvoo. It's the only other time I've ever heard that name. There's a prison where? Oh, we're in Springfield. Yeah, I forgot your outsides from there. Ah, let me wipe this off. Alright, initial results look good. We'll see how it looks when I polish it. I mean, honestly, I could leave it this brushed aluminum look and it looks pretty good, but I think I want to polish them this time. Not bad from that might be kind of hard to tell from this one, but you can see a little bit of a difference. Oh, let me go get the polisher. I'm going to use the brown stick. See how she turns out. Ought to look pretty good. Come on, I want to nick it. Pretty good. A lot of watch hours have been going down. They got, I think Daryl just said, they got a new, he kind of explained it to me on what they're doing. And basically, they're weeding out all these fake channels. So if you got, from my understanding, if you got a lot of bots and stuff like that, and you bought subscriptions and subscribers and stuff like that, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna knock you out. They're gonna close your channel down. They ain't gonna deal with it no more. All this AI stuff, they're gonna kill it. They're taking it out. And I've actually been watching some stuff on YouTube about what's going on, and it's true. It's going on. I mean, my thing is if you're out in the garage and you're doing this, you might as well video it anyway, right? I mean, I enjoy making the videos. I actually enjoy editing the videos when I do get around to editing them. A lot of people don't like doing that. I actually like doing that. I think it's fun. Yeah, no, yeah, Daryl, you're right. A lot of people I talk to on a daily basis, met some really great people. This is the messy part. Right. Make it worthwhile. Try to teach something. So I want to, like I did that video where I redid the heads. Yeah, there's one section of it's a 5 hour long live, but my camera, my memory card died, so I had to find a way to record it. It's the easiest way to record it. I can pull it back down, edit it up, chop it up, make a couple of good videos out of it, make it into sections, and show people how to rebuild a set of heads on an extreme budget. I mean, we didn't have nothing in it. Most expensive thing we had was the valve lap. No, hold on. The sandpaper was more expensive than the materials we used. And those heads turned out beautiful. So why send them out to a machine shop when you got a straight set of heads to begin with? But just need a little bit of valve attention, you know? Do it yourself. And I'm sure somebody will find that video one day and learn something from it, enjoy it, appreciate it. YouTube did that. Yeah. Hey, you know what they do? Okay, I'm a Chevy guy, so I'm gonna tell you to LS swap it. You could bolt an LS right into them. You can bolt a 302, the most common swap in a Ford Ranger, and they're easy. If you can work on them mowers, you should be able to work on the Ranger. Engine's an engine in my eyes. It's just things are assembled a little bit different, right? Throw a 340 horsepower LS in there, go find an LQ9 or something like that. Throw it in there stock. Be a whole world different on that truck. And they respond to bolt-ons and programming and everything else like you wouldn't believe. I say if you're going to engine swap it, do something to tick people off. Everybody's done 5-liter swaps in those. A lot of people done the LS swaps. Moon's starting to shine up there. One more compound. They say chrome don't get you home, but you know what? It sure is pretty to look at when you're trying to fix your car, though. Chrome don't get you home. That's a statement that lazy people say. Because they don't want to spend the time to get in there and do the work to make things look good. My opinion. I mean, if you're going to go to the nth degree on a car, why not make everything else look good, right? Why stop there? Daily driver, a little different. Shoulder's starting to hurt. Oh man, my wrist hurts. Ah. It'd been nice to know you had it. I know I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to buff out. Not too bad, I shall say so myself. I think that turned out pretty good. Hour and 6 minutes from when I started. Yeah, I sat here and talked. I think it turned out good. And I think it's going to look a whole lot better. Two down out of 6. And I hit these with, like I said, guys, I messed up when I did these. I hit these things with sandblasting sand. And I'll tell you what, it tore them up. And it took a lot of work. I mean, you see me sanding for an hour, there's a lot of prep time that was in it before that. There was a lot more time that went in. I mean, we're 2 down and we're looking at a couple of days worth of work already. Oh, we got here. Well, that explains why it's so easy for you to talk. Definitely impressed. I mean, those really turned out nice. I said I ran them through a Vibra-Mill for 24 hours. And they look like that after 24 hours. You won't believe what they look like when they began. They were really, really bad. I mean, they had the appearance of cast aluminum. So, you know what I mean? So, well, guys, listen, I'm going to pack up for the night. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to start wiring this thing up real soon. Wiring harness is due in on Tuesday, according to my tracking numbers. Like I was saying earlier, every single wire on this engine, which is kind of cool, every wire on this engine actually is on the back side of the engine. When I get this completed, the only wires that will run to the front is the one wire that connects to the AC and the one wire that connects to the alternator. Other than that, there can be no yeah, she wants her ice cream. There's going to be no wires visible anywhere. Like I said, even here, let me blow the screen up a little bit. Even my injector wires, the only thing you see on the injector harness is the plugs. Everything else is tucked way down in. And where I planned on running the wiring up through, you won't even see the wiring enter the firewall. I've always wanted a car where you couldn't see the wiring on it. When I run the headlight harnesses and all my other wires in this car, I'm going to try to tuck them so far out that you can't see them. I mean, it's going to take some planning. I want to be able to open this up and somebody go, dang, where the wires at? You know what I mean? Some people want a house with a gate. I want a car with no wires. That's what I want. I want a car with no wires. So this is the bracket for the throttle. We actually welded these little tabs on here because when you put it up against the intake, it was hitting here so hard that I'd have had to cut half of this out. I'd have lost the stanchion for the adjustment for the throttle cable, all that stuff. So, okay, that's good to know. I gotta open one of my holes up just a little bit. So that'll be the bracket for that. This will run right about like so, and these will connect down to here. And as you pull it, it picks up on the linkage. So I got to open that hole up just a little bit. Spider-Man, no. 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 Yeah, see, Gerald, that's actually what I was thinking about with the wiring. Was running right up in there. Right up through up in there. Bring it out. Pull it in. Oh, what? Brown said that? No. Hey, you're not that far of a drive from me. I can come back down. Yeah, no, I want to run it up in there. And then, like we were talking before, bring it up under the firewall, up in the transmission tunnel, and you'll never see a wire. And then the way I'm going to run my plug wires, because my coils are going to hide right back in that area, in between the fender and the firewall, down low. I got 100 feet of make it your own plug wires. So I'm going to run them up, tuck them up under the side of the valve covers, and then drop them down out. And you really shouldn't even see them, but just a little bit that pops out. That's the plan. Thankfully, JG did a good job on getting me the measurements in that one video he did on the 63 when he was monkeying with the AC system on it. So now I know where my AC system is going to lie, even though I don't have it yet. I still know where I can pull measurements from and start mounting my boxes. I'm seriously considering running the body harness, mounting the fuse panel for the body harness in the trunk. That's what I'm thinking. I know it's a lot of extra wires to run. It's a lot longer wires to get up to where I need to go. But I've seriously considered mounting it in the trunk. I still got to build a tray for the back so I can mount my compressors and tanks and everything else. Because really, by the time you put the engine computer on, the transmission computer on, and a fuse panel, there's not a whole lot of firewall room left. Because that AC system eats up almost all of it. So, and see, that's the thing, Daryl. The computers are going to be mounted on the firewall, up underneath the dash, as close as I can get them to the battery. And they're going to have their own separate power supply. It's not going to run through the panel. It's going to have its own circuit breakers. I'm going to put circuit breakers on the computers on the line running to it. That's my plan. Put a circuit breaker on them. Mount them up on the firewall. Their own power lines running to them. And then mount the body panel in the trunk. Strictly headlights, tail lights, radio stuff, whatever. But now that I think about it more, that really makes it a pain in the butt if you want to add circuits to it, or you want to add things down the road. Now you're pulling seats and pulling carpet and everything else, so you can run wires, so you rehide the wires coming from the trunk. And I think I might just mount it up underneath the dash somewhere, that I'm thinking about it. That might be the better way to go. I do need to pull the inner fender wells back off. You said them went in there pretty easy too, didn't you, Daryl? Pull those back off so I can finish doing the brake stuff. Have a little bit of room to work. Still got to put new hood hinges on. The inner fenders. The fiber optic. Are those the wires that spark? And what C10 are you talking about? Okay, yeah, see, that's what I thought. Pop them out, put a little bit of tape along the lip. That way when I put them in, I can get them really close. That way I ain't got to worry about banging and scratching anything. Then pull the tape and bolt them up. I'm gonna have to look into those. Are those ones that light up when they spark? I'm not sure I follow what they are. Oh, very tiny wires but pack a punch. I'm gonna have to look into those. Thanks for spending my money, Daryl. That's what I got here. Is they're not that, but oh my elbow. It's a 100-foot roll of Petronix 8mm flamethrowers. Figure at this point my wires are going to be about 10 feet long per. No, it's not David. It's an eternal winter. It's stuck. It's winter all the time. Alright, I am getting off. Been about an hour and a half. Mama's wanting me home. So I'm going to stop and get her the items that she wants. All the other happy stuff. Light on went there today. I gotta stay out of that store. Not bad though. 100 micron fuel filter for 25 bucks. Not too shabby. Got my fuel pump sitting here. Got my fuel line sitting here. I do have to order more fuel line though. I think I gotta run a return system on this. So, alright. Guys, have a good night. You guys, all have fun, man. I'm out of here. Bye.